My name is McKeen. I first started scooter riding in 2000. I was in Vancouver, Canada with my family, and then we were just on the boardwalk and I saw some guys jump on like a 5-stair on a scooter, and I was like, holy shit, I need to get one of those. And then 10th birthday I got a Razor, and then I've been scootering ever since. First trick I learned probably was like an X-up or just like a no-footer, you know, just like around like little kid stuff. When I first started scootering, there wasn't, no one scootered at the time, so it was all like, I was just into all these different extreme sports. Like I was like into snowboarding and skateboarding and biking, and I just kind of found my way to scooters because it was kind of like I guess like the medium of it all, like the perfect hybrid of all these sports. So I just went with that, and then as time went on, I met a guy named George. He was like in my town, local guy. He was a bit older than me, but he like used to hit handrails and like, do all sorts of gnarly shit like in downtown DC. And I think that was the first time I like seen like actual street scootering, and I was like, oh man, I want to ride like that guy. Like that like inspired me to ride how I do now. I'm from Washington, DC. Yeah, I grew up just in the suburbs, right outside of it in Virginia. So there was the Metro. We would just like ride that in, like every weekend to go ride the city. Yeah. Actually, me, Logan, and Greg, we all moved to Philly because Dissidents, distribution out in France, they wanted to start their own company in America. So they chose me to run it, and then I got Greg and Logan involved. We moved into this place in Fishtown in Philadelphia, and we had a house there. We lived there for like a little over a year. And during that time, we were just like out like riding like all the time. So we put together that, we had so much footage. We were just like, dude, let's like make a full-length video out of this. I don't know. I guess what keeps me inspired is just, it's what I've been doing for so long. I've been so passionate about, and it's, taking me so many places and made me, see so many things and do so many things that I never thought I was able to do. So, it's like that's like my life's work. So, you got to be the best at what you want to do with your life. So I just, every day, I'll always be a scooter rider, no matter what I'm doing. Man, that's really hard, dude. I couldn't, to be honest with you, I couldn't like name a video part in particular that I thought was my favorite, but there's like a handful that stick out there. Obviously there's like ones in like the Tilt guys and Isaac and Tom. I think, Monkey, Ralph put out a really sick one for Tilt, the first Tilt video, and I like some of the parts that I put together for some of the guys too. That's another thing too, man. Like I don't have one like right in particular. I don't know, I get really hyped, when like Logan puts out something, when Isaac puts out something. Damn, dude, there's so many guys, man, that, I would say majority is just all my friends, people I talk to. I don't care, like, even if it's like they're not particularly like the best scooter rider, they're like crazy, I'm just hyped to see them because I know that they put time and effort into making a video, and I'm like, damn, dude, I want to see that. Like probably a pretty crazy memory was when I was on Nitro Circus, when Nitro Circus was still like a TV show. And that was like when scootering like really took off for me, is because I like put out this video part, and then all these people on the internet saw it, and then Nitro Circus messaged me like through Vimeo, being like, hey, do you want to be on the show? And I was like, that was so crazy. Went to like Bam's house, and they like had hit me up, and they were like, hey, we're gonna be like coming through the East Coast, doing like a tour like with a TV series. Like we like to stop by. Like, can you get to Philadelphia? And I was like, oh yeah, of course. Like, you know, it's only a couple of hours away from me. I was like 18, 19 at the time. And Corey Vanley actually like came out. He was like riding with me that summer. We went up this old scooter rider named Casey Murphy. He's kind of like an OG guy, but he lived up in Philly at the time. That's kind of like how I had my Philadelphia connection. So we went and visited him, and we got over to Bam's, and Bam, you know, we just rode the whole ramp setup out there. He's got a crazy yard, like with like the driveway like all like banked out, and like a skate park, and then a big ass mini ramp in the backyard with like a huge roll in. It was so crazy, dude. And they just, you know, we rolled up, and it was actually really funny because some of the guys there who are like his friends, you know, like the part of Bam's crew, they were like, oh no, like, sorry guys, you can't be here today. We're doing like a TV show. And like the producer was like, oh no, this is the scooter guys, man. Like, let them come in. And we were like, you know, they were kind of like just, everyone was like questioning about the scooter dudes like on the set. And then Bam like went and like hit like some gap at his ramp at his house. And then like me and Corey came on the ramp like right immediately after. And I think we kind of like stole the show away from like Bam and those guys, because everyone was just like blown away. They were like, holy shit, dude, didn't you know you guys could be so gnarly on a scooter? I don't know. That was really funny, man. No, they actually hit me up about that, because they were like, you know, planning that Australia show, and then they hit me up and they're like, hey dude, like, do you think you could like backflip the mega ramp? And I was like, not like really what I do, man, but I don't know, if you want to like have me come out and try the mega ramp, I'll do it for you. But then I think they were talking to Andrew about the mega ramp, and that's like his shit, you know, like he lives for that. So they went with him, and you know, I don't know. I guess, I mean, not like tricks, but just like kind of like spots, you know, hitting like rails and stuff, rolling away from like, you know, trying to rail for like, you know, 2 hours or something like that, or like trying to really gnarly one. I guess the most recent would be like in my river part, I did like a 24, never hit like a handrail over 20 stairs before, and it was like one that I had been driving by like every day in DC, like over and over, like the entire year. I was like, damn, I have to do that rail before I leave this city. And then I went there and did it. So that was pretty, you know, just like calling something out that you've been visualizing for such a long time, you know. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was like really tight too, because actually every trick I've ever done on the Love Gap was first try. Just, I don't know, I guess that's just the pressure of like doing it, and I don't know, worrying about like cops coming or stuff. Like I just had to like nail it like first go. And I think like last time I went there, well, or like 2 times ago, I did like a double tail at a Love Gap, and it was like just packed with skaters, man. Like, and all of them were like talking so much and just be like, oh, you scooter guys, get out here. So like landing that double tail up like first try right in front of all of them, like that was just so funny, dude. They were just like all blown away. I'm sure you can find, I think you can find the clip on YouTube still. It's mad. Dude, it's crazy. You know, I just think it's definitely helped, you know, marketing wise. It's something that we never really thought about before with like, you know, promoting like product and stuff. So that's really big. But also just, it's kind of, I think it's really shortened people's attention spans. Like, you know, no one wants to watch, like, it's harder now to watch like these, you know, people's parts, because you can just see things so easily and readily through Instagram. Like, you know, people just feel like have a shorter attention span when it comes to videos. If you just look on YouTube and you see like, I think all the views have like gone down considerably since like Instagram has come out. Been to Europe. I like started going there when I was like 16. Went to Australia once with Vex, and then Addict. Probably one of the last Addict trips I took was down in South America. I went to Peru. That was really crazy experience, like a third world country. We went down there because we know Fernando Young. Fernando Young, I think he works for District still. But we were good friends with him, and he said that we come down there anytime, and you know, it's pretty damn cheap when you go down to Peru. I think the Peruvian, you know, $20 or 100 Peruvian dollars is like 40 American dollars. So we were just like living like kings down there. But yeah, we were there for probably like 4 or 5 days, and A lot of sick spots, crazy spots. Well, actually, like I can thank like Andrew's scooter resource for that, man, because back then, you know, it was so sparse, like throughout different areas. Like I had like neighborhood friends growing up who all used to ride scooters, but no one really was like that crazy about it but me. So I met a guy in Tennessee and Nashville who scootered, and I had an aunt who lived out there. So that's the first time I actually like rode with someone else like from the scooter community, and he had like shown me how to like bolt the scooter and stuff. Like I was still riding just like a plain razor, and I didn't even realize that like people modified their scooters to make it better. So that was a crazy experience. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, back then people were just hucking it on whatever, but you know, the changes that I would say back then, I feel like I had probably more tricks, you know, when I was a little bit younger, because the scooter was like smaller and it was lighter and you could just like kind of throw it around really easily. Now it's like scooters are way bigger, that are like heavier, but you know, so my style has like changed throughout the years to like be more like simple, which, you know, isn't a bad thing. So, but I definitely think, you know, different styles of scooters, you know, are meant for different styles of riding and different tricks and stuff. I guess, I don't know, with Addict, I feel like it's probably a bit more, you could tell it reflected more of the rider's personality, because there was like actual, you could like see the artwork on the bottom. That was like some, you know, I went to art school and was like studying like film at the time. It's like my old Addict deck is like a reference to this like artsy avant-garde film from the 70s. It's kind of like a long thing to explain, but, and then, I don't know, man. I can't really describe what it really means to me, I guess. I don't know, just the whole process of it, like going through the ideas and having the artwork done by this guy, Olivier, out in France. But I don't know. The River Wheel, it's like, River Wheel is kind of like it's a little bit of like a trunkill kind of vibe. Just the, you know, it's the rope around the wheel. That's like pretty much what it is. Oh, it was awesome. You know, I love it. You know, you definitely feel the support and stuff. And I think when I first got the Addict deck, and you know, that was like the first signature setup. That was just like the coolest feeling, to have my own like scooter. You know, as a dream. You know, as a kid, like growing up. I mean, you know, don't really pay attention to it much. I know people get pretty heated about it, but I don't know. I'll always just call it scootering. I don't really feel like it's SMX, but I don't know. I'm not gonna go like crazy and be like, bah, you need to change it, man. Like that. Call it whatever the you want, whatever. Not really, dude. Actually, I've never broken a bone, so knock on wood on that one, dude. Nowadays, man, it's pretty much all scootering. I don't know. I mean, I guess in my spare time, hanging out with my girl, we could try and go like camping, or, you know, do some kind of weekend activity, or, you know, when we have free time, do something, travel, or, you know, I try and stick to doing art, but that since scootering has become my life full on now, my art just kind of like all of it just goes directly towards scootering, you know. I work at TGE now, so I'm like the team manager of Proto and River. Just work in the office, doing a lot of marketing and social media promotion and all that kind of stuff, editing videos. And then, you know, whenever there's help needed in the warehouse with the manufacturing side of things, I like try and give the guys out in there a hand. Yeah, I did. I went to university in Richmond, Virginia. I went to art school there. And I was studying film, and you know, midway through my film school, Addict like got big, and kind of like really stopped caring about school that much. I mean, I ended up finishing, but I don't know, definitely placed a lot more of my emphasis and time like in scooters and trying to like be really, you know, a good student and, you know, all that stuff. I mean, we're trying to do the next Proto DVD, so that's kind of like the emphasis right now. Not really like you know, there's guys like Zach, who's always filming. He's like already so ahead of everyone else on the team with footage wise, but for the rest of us, you know, we're kind of like piecing together, you know, getting clips here and there. So it's all eventually going to go towards that. I mean, yeah, that would be pretty cool. I think you always hear them complaining about corporate, you know, companies getting involved and shutting down smaller brands. So that's always something to be a little bit worried about. But I don't know, maybe not fully like the level that skateboarding is, but I don't know, it's all right. Thanks guys for watching my interview. My hour in the barnyard will be out this Friday.